We turn now to our weekly legal line with our legal analyst, Jeff Hosford from Hosford Law Firm. Jeff, thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
As always, we don't like to talk about specific cases, but we do like to sort of dig into information surrounding cases that we cover. So we just spoke about bond being set in a murder case in Lee County. Let's talk a little bit about how judges set bonds. What's it based on?
Well, bond is, first of all, it's guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States and the Mississippi Constitution. And basically, what bond is to do is ensure that the suspect or the person charged with a crime shows up to court. And that is the purpose of bond. It's not meant to punish or it's not meant to harm. But sometimes you have bonds that vary greatly. For example, sometimes a bond may be $50,000, sometimes it may be $250,000. In this case, it's $1 million.
So talk to me about what a cash bond is, because that's a term we hear a lot too, cash bond.
Well, cash bond means that you have to put up the actual dollars, American dollars for the bond. You cannot have a bondsman write the bond. Typically in most bond cases, there's a bondsman that writes the bond. That bondsman puts up a bond with the state of Mississippi, and they stand for the amount of the bond should the person not show up. The person paying the bondsman pays a percentage of that bond to the bondsman.
And as you've already alluded, sometimes a judge will set a bond really high. Sometimes people think it's too low, too high, but he looks at many different factors when setting bond.
Well, the judge is supposed to look at several factors: the criminal history of the person that is charged, the incident, and what actually is accused to have happened. Basically, the more severe the incident, typically the higher the bond is. And then the danger to public and society in general, and also the contacts that person has with the community. For example, if you have someone from out of state come to the community and they commit a crime or are accused of committing a crime, that bond will be higher than someone that's local because the likelihood of them returning is much lower than the person that's local.
All right, always a lot to consider there. We appreciate your insight. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for having me.